Happy Sunday, everybody. So, guys, as I told you many times before, in case you guys didn't know, um, a woman by the name of Hannah Arendt. Just one sec, guys, I'm getting something in here. Wow, okay. Uh, Wonderful. Okay, anyway, guys, sorry about that. I just got a message from our friend of the Root and Branch Association, Lowell Joseph Gallen. Apparently, I will be hosting a seminar, Root and Branch monthly seminar, uh, February 16th. It will be a monthly seminar. My first one I'm going to be hosting, guys, on February 16th, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Israel time. And that's basically it, guys. Okay, we'll see who's going to be the guest. I'm not sure. If it is who I think it is, then it's going to be very good. So, guys, I probably told you guys about. I've been talking a lot about her, a woman by the name of Hannah Arendt, and she wrote the book "Banality of Evil" about the Eichmann trial, about Eichmann, really, Adolf Eichmann, and you know, in the book she wrote about how basically people that we think are just kind of when we think of evil, we think of this like evil geniuses that we see on television. We don't realize it's just a guy sitting in an office pushing papers, or it could be a guy that we see on, I don't know, TED Talks or some kind of symposia, whatever it is. Apart from that, she wrote a book called, and I have it at home, The Origins of Totalitarianism. In that book, she talks about, there's a part where she talks about how people, tyrants, I guess, or in this case, I would even call them bureaucrats as well, they like to announce their intentions in the form of prophecy. What does that mean, guys? Well, at the time of Schmidtler and Schmalin, they would say some things like, you know, the decimation of, I'm just paraphrasing right now, right? The decimation of the Jewish people is bound to happen, and this and that and the other, guys. So then, when it happens, right? It was a course of natural events, right? They're shown to be geniuses. Why? Because they were the ones that did it, but it happened by their hand. But they prophesized their own intentions, guys. I don't know if you know this. So in the case of there's a guy in our case, right? In the case of our situation, there we go. Sorry. There's a guy by the name of Schmates, and he goes around. He's been going around since 2010 and TED Talks and all kinds of different speeches. He's talking about how this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is coming and that's coming and schmopulation and population. Okay? Schmaxines, you know what's, all kinds of schmirises. He's talking about that stuff. Guys, I'll just tell you, he's not a Navi. He's not a prophet. He's not a psychic, my friends. Okay? There's him and a few other people who basically have been involved in the last 10 years, if not more, in funding certain things, my friends. In funding certain things. And now the same people that were funding certain things are trying to give you the, so to speak, antidote for certain things. Guys, you know how I know that this is true? What I'm telling you guys right now? You know how I know this is true? Because the same guy, guys, the same person, I don't know if you guys remember, if some of you old enough to remember, right? Most people are. who are listening to this program, older people, right? The same guy sold to the world. He not only sold it, he made sure it came in every single computer that wasn't a Mac. A certain operating system. And that operating system, let's say it was susceptible to viruses, right? So what did he do? He said, oh, you have a virus in your operating system, in your Schmindows 95, 98. Some of them had more, actually. Some of the newer ones had more. People were even joking about that. And people in the IT world were joking how, yeah, this guy sells you the thing. It comes pre-installed with the garbage inside of it, right? And then what does he do? He sells you anti-Schmirus, guys. He doesn't sell it to you, but you pretty much have no choice but to buy it. It comes as a option. Do you want to buy it? Okay? And then what happens, guys? You get the anti-Schmirus software for the pre-installed Schmirus. Okay? And what comes in that software, guys? Stuff like Trojan horses, stuff like spyware, stuff like what we call the, I guess the electronic equivalent or the ones and zeros equivalent of a Schmid effect. Guys, so let's recap. The person now who's running around trying to sell you, you know what, for something that he paid for to be researched on, that was released onto the world, is this, and that also has Schneid effects, is the same person who was doing it to your computer, my friends. And then he was taken, I don't know if you guys remember, when he was taken to court over that whole issue with the computers. You guys can pull up a video, I'll post it here. There's a video of him in a deposition. He's talking to the United States government, and he's rocking back and forth. Guys, this person isn't well. He's not well. He's not of us. He's not a normal individual, guys. He doesn't connect with the regular person, human being who was created in the Tzelem Elokim. In fact, he's one of these people, as my friend Ephraim like to say, they know that Hashem is there, and they want to fight him. And they are the ones that want to elevate to quote-unquote God status, guys. And he's doing the same thing. Guys, you've probably seen him on TV. When Shmandish and Shmooper of Shmianen mentioned that people are not going to get their Social Security, and this guy sat there and gave a grin. My friends, this is sick. And he's going around television, and nobody's paying attention, guys. It's amazing to me. It was one thing when it was like Schmittler back in the day, and people were kind of knew of him and knew what he was about, and he was saying things in the open, and people didn't really care because whatever it is, Jews felt safe in that place for years and years and years, right, guys? But you notice we've also felt safe in where we live in the world. Forget about the countries, the world. I'm talking about all of humanity now, guys. I'm not talking about just Jews. I'm talking about all of humanity. We feel so safe. We have creature comforts. We cannot even imagine that there's a person out there, who's running around, who wants to, under the guise of wanting to help humanity, under the guise of wanting to give humanity, a cure for something. Really, what he wants is to decimate people, decimate the schmopulation. I mean, guys, to me, it's clear as day. He became very good at what I just described to you guys, the whole process of giving you an operating system, installing a virus in the operating system, selling you the anti-Schmirus, and then putting a Trojan horse and a spyware inside, and then selling you another, it goes on and on and on and on and on. My friends, I'm going to repeat to you again. This is from Hannah Arendt's book, Origins of Totalitarianism. The propaganda effect of infallibility, the striking success of posing as a mere interpreting agent of predictable forces, has encouraged in totalitarian dictators of announcing their political intentions in the form of prophecy. The method of infallible prediction betrays its ultimate goal of world conquest, since only in a world completely under his control could a totalitarian ruler possibly realize all his lies and make true all his prophecies. My friends, therefore, Baruch Hashem, that this person that I just spoke about, he's not even maybe a bureaucrat. He's basically a global, what we call, would-be self-styled luminary / talking head / schmillionaire, okay? But he essentially all but sets policy. Guys, there are others like him. See, I wrote here, see the prophecies of Yuval Noah Harari from TED Talks, 60 Minutes, prophecies of Schmaitz, TED Talks, prophecies of Santa Claus Cotton Swab, interviews and speeches, and also, most recently, the CEO of Schmeiser, Schmalbert Schmurla, interviews and recent predictions. My friends, this is all available, hidden in plain sight, on YouTube. You can go check it out. My friends, I'm just going to tell you, these types of people always announce. Guys, you ever watch like those movies, Bond movies or anything? How you always think it's silly how the villain announces and he tells the guy, he's captured the guy, let's say Bond, and he tells him what he's going to do. My friends, because they must. The Satan, the Nachash, the Sitrach, it has to tell you what it's going to do, because secretly that entity wants to be, since it was created by Hashem, that entity wants you to even wants to see if you're going to even attempt to stop it. In the words of Al Pacino from Glenn Ross, I have something that might help him to catch you. Okay? Hashem has something that might help us to catch him. It is him. The way that he talks and tells us what he's going to do. You fairy. All right, before I go off on a Pacino rant, okay? My friend, the trick is to listen to them. The trick is to listen to them. Unfortunately, this is where humanity usually fails. This is where we usually fail. But, my friends, where we have failed before, this time around, B'ezrat Hashem, we will succeed. And my friends, I have friends that tell me I put forth to them what I just put forth to you guys on this video, and they tell me I'm not convinced. And I tell them, don't wait until you're convinced. I said, what is going to convince you? What will be the moment that you'll be convinced? Don't wait until you're convinced. By the time you're convinced, it's already too late. By the time you're convinced, Hash Shalom, I don't even want to mention what would be. Just like the people in Germany. Guys, I met a guy, a very nice guy, here at the Minyan. Monorthodox guy, older gentleman. And he was talking about family background, and he told me that his parents came to America from Germany in the mid-30s. Basically, they fled you know who. And I asked him, can I ask you a question? What was the so this guy, he is pro the you know what? And I kind of asked him, what was the thing that tipped them off? And I wanted him to be more specific, and he just was very general. He goes, they saw what was coming, and I was just kind of like, okay. And I could see this twinkle in his eye that he knew, like, the gears in his head started turning. He understood what I was getting at. He's not stupid. He's very, he's not stupid, okay? And I think he even understands what's going on. The jig is up for him. Guys, do not wait to be convinced. Learn the lessons from history. Guys, this time it's not on Jews. This time it's the entire world. And we cannot even imagine. Guys, we have 2 Adars. We have 2 Adars coming up here this year. The first Adar is going to be the investigation, guys. And the second Adar is going to be the takedown. It's all coming out, guys. It's all coming out. We have a guy who's got data from Department of Defense, which you can't even, they have their own version of Shmer's system, okay? Which no civilian can post about Incredible Hulk that he turned into. No civilian can post fudged anything. My friends, this is one of the most highly, like watched over medical reporting systems in the world. And they have numbers that will knock your socks off, guys. And these are going to be, I mean, if the media picks this up, I don't know. We'll see, guys. But right now, guys, a lot of people, I'm just going to read to you guys something. Once again, I think I read this before. I'm going to read to you guys something from a gentleman by the name of A.G. Huff. He used to work for Peter Schmajak at Shmiko Alliance. I'm going to end off on this, guys. And he tweeted out a couple, maybe like a week ago, and I don't know where he got the dates, but upon further review, I kind of realized, this is what he tweeted out. And maybe he knows something more than we do, and I think he does. This is a person who has like helicopters flying over his house, Here we go. He wrote the following. Just one sec, guys. I apologize. I suspect that in late February that we will begin to witness the denial, anger, depression, and shock of millions of people as they realize that the Shmovit panic is over and that they have been lied to by authority figures globally. Maybe similar to the civilians in post-World War II Germany. My friends, if you remember, those people came out of a trance and they were just like, what in God's name did we do? What did we sign up for? Who did we worship? Who were we, who did we put all of our chips behind? My friends, really, wake up before it's too late. Wake up before it's too late. That's basically the story, guys. And if you're not convinced, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing that will convince you until the thing that I'm trying to convince you of comes into reality. And Ephraim and I always say, we hope we're wrong, but we're probably not. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.